Hello everyone, Via the Amazing Greek here. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you how to make the bolt and dowel Warhammer. I'll show you the items that you need, how to put it together, and the steps in between. So keep watching. Thank you. Okay, so for this project, you're going to need the bolt that you're going to use and nuts and some type of head. I got lucky and found the bolt and a piece of gearing. I thought that would make an awesome Warhammer head. Found a couple, so I've put some bolts, the bolt through some nuts and the gear, and I've marked where I'm going to cut it off. Now, depending on the size of your bolt, this one's like 19/32, around 5/8, somewhere in there. You get a dowel that will be able to hold the thickness of this once you drill through. I have here old broom handle, 42 inches long. I've got it marked at 21 inches. I'm going to cut it in half. We'll use this as the handle. And then we have conduit. If you're lucky enough and you got some black pipe, you could use that also. I'm going to use the conduit. I'm going to cut me a 3-inch piece. This conduit, this handle almost goes in. So I'll show you how to get that to fit inside there. I'm going to cut me a 3-inch piece off of this conduit. We'll cut our handle, and then I'll show you how to put them together. Okay, I've got my 3-inch piece cut. Took the files, cleaned it up a little bit. I've got my handle cut. Now, I set these flat like this, and as I rolled my handle around, I took my Sharpie and I marked. Little mark, little mark, little mark. Now, this is very close to going in here. Very close. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my saw, and I'm going to follow this line, and I'm just going to make very shallow cut just to where my teeth are hidden. I don't see the teeth all the way around. Try to keep it straight. Then I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to peel that little bit off, and this should slide right down. Now, I could probably put this on a sander, you know, and roll this around and work up and down, but I want to make sure that my cut here is even. I don't want it to just be all out of whack, so that's why I'm going to do it the way that I'm going to do it with the saw. Alright, so I decided to use a chisel here. Hopefully just take the material off a little bit at a time. Like I said, this is close. I just need to get this outer layer out. See, and the cut stops me from going too deep. Kind of peels away here. Of course, if I do like that, it's gonna take more off. Try to go easy. I just need a little bit. And we'll continue on with that. Alright, so we're close. So I could press it on there, it would shave off everything that's not needed, but what I'm going to do, so got an 80 grit paper on the 1x30. I'm going to slowly hone it. Now I'll work my way down. I'm going to keep doing that, work my way down. Then when I get towards the end, I'll press it on, That way when I start the next step of drilling, I don't have a lot of shimmy and shake or rolling around going on. Alright, it didn't take much. Yeah, see, it's tight towards the end. So we're going to help it along a little bit. Alright, that's good. It's on there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit her on these edges. I'm going to stand up, you won't be able to see, so I can get to the bottom of my cut. That way I'd rather have the wood sticking out at the top than right here at the bottom have a gap. All I did, the vise, closed it up enough to where it holds these lips. Then I just hammered the dowel down. Now, this conduit is 3 inches long or tall. I've made me a mark here. What we're going to do now, we're going to clamp this up, not too tight. Take our punch. Let me get a solid hammer here. We're going to make a mark so that when we begin drilling, our drill bit isn't walking around trying to get hold on a round surface. We'll put this divot, then the tip of the drill bit. When we line it up in our drill press, you'll see that it sits right in there, and then it starts drilling. Now, because our, there we go, use safety glasses also. Because our drill bit is so big, we're going to step this. We're not just going to take this and try to barrel through that on its own. We'll start off probably a 1/4 inch hole, go up maybe 3/8, 5/8, and then I'll jump up to this one. This is 19/32. That'll be a nice snug fit for my bolt when it's finished. Alright, this is important enough, I think, something for somebody who just getting into tools, something to help you out here. How do I get circular, a dowel, a bar, or piping tubing? How do I find the center of that, V? Okay, well, it helps to have a back plate. And what you want to do, you want to have this just slightly loose where you can move it a little bit back and forth, but it doesn't just move when you touch it. You know, you have to put a little to it. Now, when you lower your drill bit, you get you a small one and look, you can kind of tell where the center of this is. If you're not sure, measure, make you a line. Now this will help you also when it's drilling not to roll around. But you come in from the front and you look, see, that's about dead center right there. Hold, tie this down, snug it, make it secure. Now when I put it here, right into my little divot that I've made, see? Goes right into it. So I know I'm gonna be straight. It's not gonna roll around on me, and I'll get the hole right where I want it. Now after you drill through that metal, carefully with a file, remove the burrs. And when you're drilling holes this big, don't forget, my drill press doesn't go to 1/2 inch shank on a drill, so I had to put it in the hand drill. Make sure you're very careful, because when that thing catches, boy, it can twist, and if you are not ready for it, you can sprain your ankle, yeah, right, your wrist pretty bad. So that's just something to be aware of. A lot of them come with the bar that you screw into the side to give you some stability. Use that. It don't take but a second to put that in. That way you don't, that thing twist, boy, it'll hurt you. So this is done. Now we're gonna stick our bolt through there. Alright, now this was such a good fit that I had to screw it in. It won't slide on, so I had to cut threads with the beginning of this bolt, put it on, and I'm putting the rear nut that when we tighten it down will hold it in place. Now I'm putting it on just to make sure I have a mark right here where I think I'm going to cut my spike. Before it was all put together, I had an idea of how long I wanted it. Let's see. Come over here so you can see it's square. So there's my gear. Got 2 nuts, give me some space and to create some mass. Got one that's going to lock on here. Now, when I put this, before I secure everything for good, I'm going to back these nuts off here. I'm going to put red Loctite. It takes about 500 degrees to break it free. That way it's a strong, good hold. I'll take this off, put red Loctite, and then tighten everything back down. That gives me a spike about right there. That's not too bad. How much? You got about 2 inches of material on the head side. And that would give me about 2.5. I'm gonna make it 3 inches. I'll put a mark at 3 inches, and I'll cut it off of there, and then we'll shape it. I don't know if I'm gonna pull this all the way out, or I'm gonna work with it in this handle. It was a heck of a job putting it in there. But at 3 inches, I'll probably unscrew it by hand so I don't mess nothing up. Alright, so I got the red Loctite 268. This is the paste style. I like it better than the liquid. You can, ooh, that's still warm. You can rub this on the threads, kind of like lipstick. Okay. Put my first bolt nut. Take some of that down with it. And my bottom's hot. And put a little bit more, just because I got the headpiece here. Now what you could do is, after once you got your pieces together, how you're going to make the head of your Warhammer here. What you could do, if you don't have Loctite, you could weld it if you wanted to, or if you had maybe some steel or brass pins in your shop, you could, on these flats, drill a small hole and put that in there and mash it on each end. That way the bolts cannot turn inside those nuts, and you have a very, very secure hold then. Alright, now we're just going to tighten these nuts together. I'm going to try to get the flats lined up. There we go. See, we got those flats. Now I'll hold the bottom. I'm going to grab my gear here. There we go. Alright. That's locked on there. Once I get it in the hammer, I'll just shave that piece of tooth from the all thread off. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side with the other nut as I place it into our handle. Alright, and there you have it. We did the spike. We started off with the angle grinder, finished it up on the belt sander, and took some of the threads off up to about right here so that it doesn't stick. I know a lot of people are going to be concerned about that, sticking in stuff. It's pretty smooth right now. Got that cool looking face on it. Now, I'm probably going to go ahead later. I'm going to drill and put a little pin in there just so it's good. We'll have to test it out hitting on stuff. I had to thread it in there so it's very secure. Don't have to weld anything. Everything I cut today with the hacksaw, and I just used the angle grinder here. You can do it with a file though. You don't have to use power tools on this one. Well, except for the drill. I don't know how you do that without, but unless you got really good teeth. But that's the bolt and dowel Warhammer. You can make this. Make it pretty. Do how you want. Make it your own. I'm the Amazing Greek. Thank you very much for watching this video. Share it with somebody who you think might be interested. Like, subscribe, your choice. Pretty badass. Thanks for watching.